mount. Welcome to episode 3 of the $500 670cc buggy. Today we're going to be opening up some packages we got in with the new suspension. We got all the new control arms in. We got the Miata rear hubs. We're going to be kind of mocking those up early in the video. Later in the video, we're going to be coming out here with the spool. We're going to be making everything fit. We had to do a little bit of custom work to get everything to line up. So follow along, stay tuned. Alright, this just came in the mail from eBay. I think it is one of the Miata hubs. It's definitely not a Florida hub, I'll tell you that. All nice and crusty. It seems like it's in much better shape than the other one. No. Alright. These things. Cool. Got these on eBay. They actually shipped from the next town over. I didn't know how local they were. Pretty cool. These are RZR 1000S upper control arms, which is crazy. That's the whole upper control arm and a lower control arm. So, see the axles. Put these up next to the control arms. Just see, looking at the width there. So I'm actually really happy with that. Does not seem like it's going to be too bad to set up. Super easy. Build a shock mount here on the subframe. I think we're going to use Polaris RZR 800 shocks since they're like one of the lightest. That way the spring rate should be pretty close. What's he doing? Hi, Tucky. So today we're going to start building the spool for the rear end where the Miata axles bolt to. Also the chain drive. It's like a Suzuki Gixxer rear sprocket that bolts onto it. And then like a Polaris Ranger brake assembly or something like that. I bought a kit online. I just went to the hardware store, picked up all the bolts necessary for it. So we're going to see if we start putting it together. We're going to try and assemble it and see how far we can get today. Here is the, I didn't know that came with axle keys. So we have these. I'll have to look at the directions again. But this is basically a kit that enables you to use Miata rear axles with a chain drive. Specifically, what chain drive? There's more parts in here than I thought there was. Not sponsored, obviously. Which hopefully, obviously I need to get a new flywheel. This thing has seen better days and I don't really want that grenading on me. So we're gonna see. I went up to the hardware store, just got a bunch of bolts that are required for this kit. but I want to mock up the transmission and this together to kind of understand where I'm going to place the motor and the transmission. I'm getting really ahead of myself, but the way that the transmission shifts is a direct linkage, so I want it to be a clean shot from the shifter. Oh, my phone's about to call 911. Watch. From the shifter to the transmission. So we're gonna have to kind of figure that one out a little bit. I'm gonna look at the directions real quick. We're gonna figure out what goes where. Alright, so problem I'm running into is this bolt is supposed to pass through that hole all the way through and hold this to mate these two surfaces together, right? There is no threads in here, it is smooth, but the clearance is so tight it is threading, so I'm gonna have to go get a drill bit and see if I have anything large enough to drill that out. I have some step bits, but I really don't want to make it conical if I don't have to, because it is a pretty thick section of metal there. Alright, so I got a set of step bits off Amazon here. I'm gonna try this one, 1/2 inch bolt. Seems like it'll take I just need a little bit more material off. The largest drill bit I have is a 3/8, and I don't want to sit there and just waller it out, so hopefully this one will go through. Probably make it a little longer. Alright, so we're making really good progress on the pillow blocks, I'm going to call them for now. We have 2 more holes left. We're going to take a little water break, go play with the dog for a minute, change out the GoPro battery, and we're going to get back to it. Hopefully we can get this all assembled today. Alright, I don't know why that was so difficult the first time. Yep. Standing out in the rain. Crazy doggy. Alright, Let's try this. It's raining out here, and he's just out there wandering around. Rain doesn't bother him in the slightest. It's actually kind of funny. Alright, we finished the assembly, the basic assembly of the spool. These are just some alignment tabs to keep everything under tension. We have where the brake caliper mounts right here. I'll show you that. So the brake caliper is going to go somewhere along the lines of there. Alright, day 2 working on the spool. I just got all the bolts tightened down, found my old impact. Alright, we got the brake rotor assembled onto the flange, if you want to call it that. We'll get one of these keyways. And I think the brake goes on this side. Alright, that's what I was wondering. This bolt is sticking out way too far. Called for a 5.5 half-inch bolt. I don't know if you've been to a lot of hardware stores. Once you get that big in sizes, not very easy to find half-inch size. We might have to cut that down with the grinder. We just finished cutting off the edge of this hub adapter. This one protrudes a little bit past, and where the Miata CV sits, it needs to sit flush. So that's got a little bump to it there. We cut this one off. I got to clean it up a little bit more. But just to show you, I can spin it. I have to weld that on there, but that's about flush. I'm going to grind it a little prettier. I mean, it's going to be hidden behind a weld anyways, and an axle, so. But we got to do that again to the other side. That done, we'll test that. That looks good. Flip it around. This side, that looks good. Oh yeah, that looks money. If we slide it back all the way. So that's all the way in. Bring it out just a hair. will that solve the clearance issue, but we are still in contact. Mess with the brake caliper here. Came with some pads pre-installed. Slide this over. Just out of curiosity, the only reason I don't want to space this way out is because the caliper still needs to mount to this bracket. Alright, so right now, as you probably just saw, the problem we're running into is this brake caliper is contacting this bolt right here, which is making it not line up with the holes. Then I don't want to offset the brake rotor too far out this way, so I'm just trying to find a happy medium of, do I take a little bit off of the mount for the brake rotor, or do I take some of the head of that bolt off? I'm just trying to figure out the best solution for that right now. Alright, I think what I decided on doing is I'm going to take this bolt and I'm going to spin it so that this side is a little smaller than that side, and see if that'll help clear the brake rotor mount. Here. That will fit so much better on there. Yeah, I don't have to modify that. This is my worst bolt, clearance wise, of that mount, so that allows me to put bolts in there. I am happy with it. What you doing? Alright, we're wrapping up on Block's Garage today. We were able to get it ground down on these weld-on axle hubs and get those level with the rotors, so we can weld those coming soon. We're also able to adjust the brake rotor and get it aligned where I need it to be. So we got the brake rotor installed. We have tentatively the brake caliper. So hopefully coming soon we'll get everything finally assembled. We can get this mocked up and see where we need to place everything on the buggy. So this is all for the $500 buggy. It's getting a 670, as you can see in the corner there, and that 670 is going to get a turbo that you can see sitting right behind it. So stay tuned, follow the episodes.